I want to give everyone a warm welcome to my debut YouTube video, recording live from the Standard Building, 25th floor, and let's get started. Recording this on the eve of my 21st birthday, you feel me? It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't even feel 21. I still feel 16 years old in my eyes. You know, it's like being 21, man, it's like life is progressing so fast, and you know, I can honestly sit there and tell myself that, you know, I'm proud of myself, you know, how far I came, you know, how far I'm going to go, I'm going to be, you know, the amount of lives that are going to be impacted by me being there, and yeah. And this video is, it's more than an introduction. It's a reference for the future. No matter where life takes me, this video will stand proof of where I started. And years from now, I want people to look back at this and see that everything I said, I manifested. I want to start this video off by listing 10 goals that I have for the future that I got written down. Number one, I want to be able to fly all over the globe. Feel me? I want to be able to meet as much people as I could possibly meet. You know, I think when people grow up in America, I feel like, you know, we don't really think about the connections that we can make in Asia, in Africa, and all around the globe, you know? I'm someone that has a lot of different types of friends, you feel me? I got friends that are black, friends that are Asian, friends that are, you know what I'm saying, white, you know what I'm saying, like friends from all over. So I really started to think, you know, really started to think the difference in perspective, the way that people that grow up in Africa and Asia, how their perspectives on life are completely different, you feel me? So I think it'd be highly valuable to make connections all around the globe. Another one of my goals is I want to be able to buy my mom a mansion. For those that don't know my mom, she's the hardest working person that I've ever known in my life. Someone who really doesn't take any days off. She gets off of work at around 3 in the afternoon and immediately comes home to a house that's damn near like a zoo. Got kids running all over the place, leaving messes everywhere, and she's over there cooking and cleaning until night. And that's been life ever since I was a baby. So to be able to pay her back for everything she's ever done would be not only very important to me, but very fulfilling. I could, like, after doing that, after buying my mom a house, I could really go out the next day. And I really wouldn't mind, you feel me? But it's highly, highly important. The third goal that I want to talk about is I want to be able to provide for my community. For those that don't know me, I grew up in the Rainier Vista neighborhood in Seattle, Washington. You feel me? Shout out Rainier Vista. Growing up in South Seattle, you meet a lot of people, and I guess not a lot of people have the amount of resources that other places in Seattle do, So being able to make it in life and then fulfill my purpose of being there, which is helping other people, especially the people in my community, whether that's through workshops or holding events or having world-renowned business people coming over to the hood and giving talks to the people. I think that's another very important goal of mine. Fourth goal that I have is being able to live life with no financial barriers. Every single time since I could remember, going to grocery stores, going to malls, going anywhere, always had to look at the price tag just to make sure that we're not overspending, making sure that we got enough for rent, make sure we got enough for groceries and all that, and I started to grow sick of it because, during my trip out to Los Angeles in December of 2024, I brought $2,500 with me during a 5-day stay, and I wasn't even living in a hotel. I was living out the car, a rental. And that entire trip, I damn near was, I couldn't do the amount of things that I wanted to do. One highlight that I had was Six Flags. One of my homies paid for that, but couldn't really go to museums like that. Couldn't really go to the amount of restaurants that I wanted to go. I was only eating 2 meals a day. So ever since I was a kid, I always dreamt about, not having any financial barriers and just being able to live the way I want to live, not even necessarily being a billionaire, just having a sufficient amount of money to where I can eat when I want to, go where I want to, drive where I want to, fly to wherever I want to, so it's very important to me. Short-term goal of mine, which is going to be 5th on this list, is 2025. I want to be able to get a car. I've been going all around Seattle on a Lime scooter, you feel me? And so it's been a long time coming. I got my license when I turned 16 and never really, I couldn't never stack no money, My ability to stack money has never been a strong one. but finally learning how to be better with my money. So stack my finances, and 2025 will be the year that I get my first car. Amen. So goal number 6 is to build a hospital. And haven't really determined if I want it to be in America, because we got hospitals all around, but it might be in a foreign country, places that are less fortunate, that don't really have access to a hospital. So that would be very important to me. When I was about 4 years old, I went to Ethiopia, and apparently I was about 2 hours from dying. I was so sick during that trip. I couldn't move my limbs, couldn't do nothing. So, hospitals are very important. Without a hospital, I wouldn't even be here right now. So, yeah. Goal number 7 is to create a 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure business that blends my 2 passions, which is psychology and business. Don't really know how I'm gonna do it, but you keep persevering in life and you keep pushing the right buttons, you know what I'm saying? Making prayers to the universe and combining that with hard work, then eventually you're gonna figure it out. So that's my current recipe, but God willing, we'll figure it out. Goal number 8, and this is one that's most important to me. I want to be able to build a mosque, a church, and a synagogue. You feel me? And if it just so happens that I die and I have a lot of money left over, then I would love for my money to be donated to people that first building a synagogue. And my reason for that being is, Jesus was born a Jew. So that would be highly important. That would be highly important to send my money to a synagogue, make sure that people have a place of prayer. My second choice would be a mosque. I was raised Muslim, so every time I went to a mosque, it was always love, it was always a place of peace. And third place would be a church. Christianity, it's like the number 1 followed religion in the United States as of 2025. It might change, but yeah, very important goal. Goal number 9 is to have a grand wedding ceremony. It's always been a dream of mine to have a big wedding, and it's not even big in the sense of having a lot of people over there. Just being able to have a wedding where, a once in a lifetime type event, Don't really know what crazy ideas I'm gonna have at the wedding just yet, but I could envision it and I could see it. I could see it happening, and I just know it's gonna be a day that people talk about forever. So definitely a wedding. Last goal of mine is to be the best person that I could possibly be. I'm someone that follows the spiritual laws of the universe, regardless of what religion you follow or what spiritual practice you follow, following the spiritual laws of the universe gonna take you a long way. And yeah, I'm a lover of all humans, whether you're Black, Asian, white, Mexican, my friends in the LGBTQ community, just trying to help and aid as much people as I could possibly aid. So that would be my 10th and final goal. Who am I is the next section of this video. Now, I'm still figuring out who I am, still trying to learn, I'm still learning by the day. But one idea that I have is I'm someone who, when it comes to finding passion and finding something that I love to do, one thing that I realized is my natural instinct is to help people, one of the ways that I do that is through psychotherapy. I feel as though I've been there for a lot of people, and a lot of people could attest for that. I was there for a lot of people when they were at their lowest, and I'm someone that likes to build people back up and help them realize that right now is just it's just a down moment in your life, but that's life. You're gonna have your ups and downs. So yeah, I got a strong belief in reincarnation. I guess I didn't fulfill my purpose in my past life, so now I'm back on Earth in this character named Amir, and you know what I'm saying? I'm in the greatest city on Earth, Seattle, Washington. You feel me? So I guess similar to reincarnation, I guess what started my spiritual journey was when a friend of mine, who's my closest associate right now, came out. That's what really started my spiritual journey, because being raised the way I was, I was always told, people in the LGBTQ community are sinful and they're devilish and whatnot. But after being incredibly close with her and realizing, these people are the same as me. You know what I'm saying? They're the same as everyone else. They just gotta, you know what I'm saying? They're exactly the same as us, and there's nothing wrong with them. And if there was God, I really don't think he would draw the line to sexuality, So that's what really started my spiritual journey, because every single religion bans it, and I guess I was searching for a way of life that was inclusive towards her and inclusive towards all good, loving people. So that's what started my spiritual journey. It was the day that I chose humanity over religion that really changed my life. And I haven't looked back. I'm not at all. I'm very happy with my decision. One thing that I genuinely believe is that it was my calling to help people navigate through life, through their challenges, to be there for other people. And I know that God had a bigger plan for me, because growing up where I grew up, ever since I was the age of 7, I spent every single day outside, every single day. Never been shot at, and that I always took that as God protecting me, and God having a bigger plan for me. And that's not no diss to my friends and associates that have been shot at or whatever, just being innocent kids. I still got belief in y'all too, but the end of this chapter marks a new beginning. I want to give a special shout out to Dan Fleischman of the Money Mondays podcast. It's on Apple. Something that I listen to damn near every single day. Got a lot of insightful advice when it comes to growing financially, and a lot of helpful advice. Like a lot of people would come to me for financial advice, and a lot of the advice that I would give to them is watered down advice from the podcast. So I would highly recommend that y'all give that a listen. I also want to give a shout out to a couple different artists that have helped me through my dark times. I want to give a shout out to Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? His empowering lyrics and his flow. You know what I'm saying? His way of speaking on the mic, the lyrics. They've always hit me like a ton of bricks. Kanye West, Kanye West, the greatest of all time. Kanye is like, if he might be the biggest inspiration to me, someone that, the world never really took him serious as a rapper. People have always seen him as a producer. People have doubted him from the beginning. And no matter what he's gone into, whether it's the fashion industry, you know what I'm saying, or him running for president, like he's someone that, always had belief in himself. And, I just got done watching the Genius documentary, and it breathed a lot of new hope into me. And, he might go on his wild rants or whatever, but, he's someone that I hold dearly to my heart. Also want to give a shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You feel me? Kendrick Lamar, man, there's not even enough to be said about Kendrick Lamar, man. Released the greatest album of all time, To Pimp a Butterfly, and just a lot of songs and lyrics that I've dissected. One of my favorite songs on the album is For Sale, and talks about his journey navigating through the music industry at first. And I don't know why, but that song has always spoke volumes to me. I also listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Man, To Pimp a Butterfly is the greatest album of all time. Then Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is a close second. Listen to Count Me Out, Father Time, Savior, like those songs I listen to damn near on a everyday basis. So want to give a shout out to him. Also want to give a shout out to Lana Del Rey. You feel me? Just got up on her. One of my homegirls put me on with her, and her music is different for sure. So I wanted to read one last thing to y'all. It's actually something that a good friend of mine wrote, someone that I'm gonna see again in the near future, describing my world. It goes, I remember you was conflicted, misusing your influence. Sometimes I did the same. Abusing my power full of resentment that turned into a deep depression. Found myself screaming in the hotel room. I didn't want to self-destruct. The evils of Lucy was all around me. So I went running for answers until I came home, but that didn't stop survivor's guilt. Going back and forth trying to convince myself the stripes I earned, or maybe how A1 my foundation was. But while my loved ones was fighting the continuous war back in the city, I was entering a new one. A war that was based on apartheid and discrimination. It made me want to go back to the city and tell the homies what I learned. The word was respect. Just because you wore a different gang color than mine doesn't mean I can't respect you as a black man. Forgetting all the pain and hurt we caused each other in these streets. If I respect you, we unify and stop the enemy from killing us. But I don't know. I'm no mortal man. Maybe I'm just another nigga.